Hello, everyone. My name is Joshua Yuna, and today I'll be presenting on how the recent Muslim prayer harassment incident at USF connects to the United Nations Sustainable Development Goal 16. This goal focuses on peace, justice, and strong institutions. This incident, this incident took place only a few days ago here in Tampa, here on our campus, and it raises serious questions about religious freedom, campus safety, and how institutions protect students who belong to minority religious communities. In this presentation, I will go through what happened, why it matters, and how UNSGG 16 applies to it. I will also discuss what solutions and civic engagement efforts can help prevent this from happening again. So this is just an overview of the presentation. So first, I'm going to talk about an explanation of the incident itself, and then I'll place it within within the local and national context. After that, I'll connect the situation to SDG 16 and then present a potential solution and civic engagement opportunities that can help build a more uh, safe environment according to the sustainable development goal I chose. So on November 20th, a group of Muslim students gathered on top of the Collins Boulevard parking garage to perform their early morning Fajr prayer. During this sacred moment, three men approached them, mocked them, and began recording them. Parts of the video were shared online and live streamed, and it went viral locally and nationally. What should have been a peaceful act of worship became like a moment of fear and embarrassment in a way. Um, they went up there to practice their faith, but the men turned it into a spectacle and something uncomfortable for everybody that was involved. Um, USF police announced hate crime charges against the individuals who recorded them. And even though like action was taken afterward, um, the emotional damage was already dealt. So it showed that these students may not be fully protected in practicing their religion in public spaces, which is ultimately protected by the First Amendment. Which going into why this incident mattered is because a peaceful moment was turned into a spectacle, like I mentioned earlier, and it was something humiliating for the students who were just practicing their religion. Um, no one should have to feel fear or shame while praying. And the fact that this happened shows that there's a deeper issue within the USF community and how protected they feel when expressing their religious identity. Uh, what happened at USF reflects broader challenges faced by the Muslim community in Tampa, but also throughout the country. Even though Tampa has a strong uh, Muslim presence, the discrimination still affects how safe people can feel. Um, National reports show that I think that the study was in 2024. But since it's been for many years now, there's been increasing hostility towards Muslim, whether that be like verbal harassment or physical assault and abuse. Um, the It's definitely been on an increase. What this makes everyday religious practices feel more risky, and on a college campus where there's such a diverse population of students, like that's unacceptable. So understanding this like a larger context explains why the incident occurred. So Muslim students pray at a specific time of the day, 5 times a day to be specific, and oftentimes they have to pray in between classes or in like open spaces because uh, oftentimes they can't delay the prayer or for a long time. Like they can't for an extended period of time they can't delay the prayer. So they might just have to worship where they are, regardless of where they are on campus, which in turn makes the practice more visible and makes the students more vulnerable, especially to ignorant and um, unaware students. It shows the incident shows how exposed you can feel even at 7 in the morning on top of a empty parking garage, and someone decides not to respect that moment. Um, Faith is not just belief that stays private. It's something that should be allowed to be performed in real time and it shouldn't matter where you are. So SDG 16 focuses on building peaceful and inclusive environments where people can practice their beliefs without fear. Uh, it encourages institutions like, in this context, USF, but it can also be the government, it could be local organizations, things of that nature, institutions to protect basic rights and reduce discrimination, and for them also to like respond proactively when harm happens or an incident like this occurs. When students can't pray without being interrupted and mocked, it shows that obviously these goals aren't being met, um, which is why it's in place. The incident highlights that there's a need for stronger protections and a greater commitment to creating an environment where they feel safer or safe enough to practice their religion. um, Students held a student-led prayer in solidarity regarding or following the incident that occurred. I think it was a couple days after, and it was led by a couple of the Muslim organizations on campus and in the surrounding area. It was also open to everybody, and I believe it helped increase awareness on campus. And I'll kind of touch on that in a later slide. Um, the Islamic community of Tampa plays an important role in supporting Muslim families in our city. Um, they ensure that there are safe spaces for prayer and make sure that Muslim individuals can practice their faith without fear of disruption. And this is like a private area, but uh, they don't just serve like privately. They educate. They spread awareness. So they have many purposes to the ICT in Tampa area. USF should create protective protected prayer spaces so that Muslim students can practice their religion safely without fear of harassment, whether that be like a room in the Marshall Center or um, a separate building on campus. It should just be created so their needs are met regarding prayer. Um, Another step is like building strong relationships with FBOs like the Islamic Society of Tampa Bay Area and the CAIR Florida. Um, they can probably better support students because they're probably better funded. They've better organization because they've been around for some time now. So they can work with the university and develop like better training for maybe Marshall student staff or USF staff in general. Um, but to put the some responsibility on the students, they can support Islamic events and learn more about the experiences of Muslim students And when they see, something like this occur, and I saw a good amount of positive response from USF students regarding this. Even after when they did the Fajr morning breakfast the next or couple days after the incident, like it seems small, but the breakfast brought people together and helped them feel supported and showed them that they're not alone and that um, people definitely have their backs on this campus. Um, the incident shows that religious freedom on campus still needs stronger protection and support. Although SDG is put in place to offer a clear and helpful framework for building a safer and more respectful environment for students of every faith. That's why it's put in place by the United Nations. Um, by like improving prayer spaces and offering better training and stronger partnerships, USF can create a campus where every student feels safe practicing their religion. And creating an environment like this requires effort from the university, the community, and the students themselves. And then these are the sources. The text is small, but these are the sources I use for my research.